Teamfighting is a part of what makes League of Legends so enjoyable. It happens in almost every game, and being good at it is crucial in order to succeed. Today, we're going to be looking at the ins and outs of teamfighting, some examples from the LEC, and how you can gain some hefty XP. It's time to level up. First, we must understand, why do we even teamfight? Well, in your solo queue games, you probably fight because you see an enemy and think you can kill them. This, for the record, isn't ideal. Ultimately, a team fights because there is an objective that they want, and the opposing team is either looking to contest it or prevent you from getting said objective, which then leads to a team fight. The winner of said fight will then look to convert it into an objective. Lesson 1. Do not team fight just for the sake of fighting. Understand why you're doing it to better increase your chances of success. To illustrate this, let's take a look at G2's game against SK in Week 7. At 24 minutes, G2 possess a 9,000 gold lead. They have all 5 members alive, and they have Baron. The correct and safe play is to take the inhibitor and back off in order to set up a siege elsewhere. Instead, Wonder decides to dive the Nexus towers in order to attempt a kill onto Jinx. He ends up not being able to properly threaten the Jinx and loses a lot of health in the process, ultimately dying to Rek'Sai. G2 now find themselves even in numbers against SK and stuck in an awkward situation as they've used up all their remaining tools to burst Rek'Sai, meaning they can't threaten the Jinx and can be chased down by SK. There was no need for G2 to take this fight, so why did they? Mistakes like this often stagnate play and result in drawn out games. Lesson 2. Try to start fights that put pressure on your opponents to make decisions quickly, giving you an advantage. Now that you've settled on an objective and must fight in order to achieve it, you want to make your battlefield as advantageous for you as possible. What you ultimately want to do is put pressure on your opponents to force them into either making a mistake or create a situation where they are at a disadvantage. Vitality show a great way to force a teamfight against G2 in Week 8. They see Camille split pushing bot and want her to teleport into the fight. Vitality have 5 members, so they start the Baron, knowing that if G2 do not teleport or threaten them, this will be easier for Vitality to secure the objective or win the fight with a numbers advantage. In this situation, the pressure falls on G2 to react. G2 are in a tough position because the team is scattered and don't have full vision around the Baron. They end up going for a last minute steal, and Camille teleports in far too late to turn the tides. This results in a secured Baron for Vitality that almost causes G2 to lose the game. Lesson 3. In teamfighting, understand your team's win conditions along with your own role in achieving them. Win conditions simply refer to what needs to happen in order for you to win. Every composition will have a win condition, and within a team, each member will have a role they play in order to achieve it. Let's dive into a team fight between XL and Fnatic. For this fight, we're going to put the lens on Fnatic and their overall win conditions alongside each individual's role in the fight. Overall, they want to protect their Vayne and get her into as many dueling situations as possible. This means they need XL to stay split up so that Vayne can slowly work her way through the enemy one at a time. Reckless's teammates need to provide crowd control and space to allow him to do this. This means different players have different responsibilities. Hylissang and Nemesis will focus on peeling for Reckless as they have the most utility. Meanwhile, Bwipo and Broxah will look to dive the backline. Their goal will be to split up XL as much as possible and buy time for Reckless to work his way through the fight. As we watch the fight, you'll notice the first thing Bwipo does is dive onto the group of carries. He is keeping 3 members preoccupied while XL engage onto the Fnatic backline. Notice how Hylissang and Nemesis do not follow Bwipo, they instead stay near Reckless. Once the engage and frontline drops from XL's side, the team continues to stay near Reckless to allow him to clean up the fight. This is a great example of every member in the team identifying their responsibilities in the fight and playing towards them. With that said, the next time your teammate says, just kill the enemy Vayne, remember that doesn't mean everyone has to try and kill the Vayne. I mean, seriously, stop yelling at me. I hope you've gained enough experience to level up. If you didn't, be sure to check out the last level up episode to get you over the edge. For more insight on how to improve your gameplay, be sure to tune into the LEC every Friday and Saturday. Until next time.